Yes, I am. Okay, ready? And just remember that Russ can only hear basically what you're saying.
Okay, so I'll try, anybody says anything, I'll try to.
For the Zoom people.
All right, this is the All-American General Committee meeting, so it's basically open to anybody. And we already did the All-American Chairs report. If anybody has any questions about that, we can answer those. Start off, but also, this is an opportunity for people to comment on rules, procedures, etc. We have the folks here who can explain why what's happening is happening. You know, if you have an idea for a change or something to make it better, we're certainly going to listen to that. Is there anybody who doesn't know who the chairs are? I think everybody here is either a chair or was here this morning. So basically, the meeting is open to anybody who has a question or comment. Shortest meeting. Anybody got anything?
Applications.
We're getting a lot of applications anyway, so we're a week out from the deadline. Anybody have anything? Anybody want to throw me a bone just so we can talk about something? Hold on a minute.
You said New Jersey?
And this is it's unusual.
Because they send you no splits, right?
It's
Like
a handwritten old style.
because I do like we in Michigan have entertained the idea. We run a NISCA meet before our state championship for we have time standards, the whole rigmarole, but we've entertained using Swim Cloud as the meet provider, like as moving away from high tech on that way. So I mean, there had to have been, right? Was there something wrong with their high tech with their, but no, is there something wrong with their meet software?
No, it's the person that runs the meet that has the problem.
So they're not unlocking the file, or
They're not uploading other software right
off like a system 6 or an ISP
Yeah.
system that they're
Off the scoreboard, they write it down.
Thank you. Any sort of
for their state championship.
their championship series. So they have basically
Okay.
a dual
Yes.
tournament.
Yep. Okay.
Which I think is cool.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And again, this has not been a problem in the past, so something happened at this one meet site that hosted several meets.
Sure.
And I believe the person who has run before, but something's going on, and we're having a hard time.
So somehow it's not like either with the ISP trying to Colorado system thing, do a
Actually,
meet manager system.
We know
There
it
may
may
be
be
some, but they're not publishing that. They didn't give, the coaches are upset.
I think the system
They
crashed.
didn't give, and they just got it.
Yeah.
Usually blocked out.
Yeah.
For the
You didn't-
system-
you didn't get a sheet of paper, you didn't get the PDF.
So, and we know that it's the same facility that hosted their which they did put it in the meeting, in a full export file with all scripts and all the notes for that. I don't know where they can't wait for everything else in the series. It's just,
Wow.
You're like, sure someone doesn't accidentally.
For the two and a four.
Typically, the console will automatically do a roundup.
Yep.
Imports into me.
Mhm.
Well, their hand, one sheet that I got from one. From the console. Most schools.
Right.
Yeah, it's.
But you could still, I mean, from this, you could still go back and enter everything into Meet Manager
Yes.
and still be able to pull out the result. You might not get splits on it, but
Would
make it okay.
Still do a race import.
How many of you
Right.
guys want to go back and do that after that?
well,
again, you're-
I've done, we screwed up the first time we hosted a meet. For diving, for our dive, we did 7 judges, but in the Colorado system, we picked 5. So it did an average, right, between, the drop on there, and it was like 0.83.
You do it, right?
That's like, well, it's either 0.80 or
In
0.85.
Colorado, you can't change judging scheme very easily.
So we went back. And luckily, we did hand calculations, kind of like wrote down all the diving stuff. And we, after the meet was done, it didn't sit well with us. So we went back and re-entered everybody's scores. So we everybody dove again. So,
If it was a dual meet, no problem.
right,
It was a-
but I mean, it's conference championship. It's like, why?
But again, so at that point, we would have results that
Right,
look right, but we would have went from recording off of the scoreboard, the timing board, on the paper, and then recording from the paper into, we're like 2 generations away from
right.
Kevin Baker or something. I don't know. So, and their scoreboard. When showing the scoreboard afterwards, and it's fine.
Mhm.
No athlete names at all.
Because in the submission, right, you have to write within the PDF from the state championship, a misgiven, a dual meet, whatever it may be, to prove the time. Easy, standard, but this. Okay.
So the bottom line is we're having difficulty with one person. And there's been a lot of conversation with that person, I believe, and a lot of attempting to help them solve the problem that they have. That's going to cause a problem for coaches and kids, parents. And we haven't got the cooperation we need for us to help them. Most of the other issues that we have, and we talked about the email thing, which, we bought more email.
Y'all should be testing that today because she said she reset something over at the ISP. So, yeah.
Nobody can hear it.
Okay. Yeah.
So anyway. And, basically a lot of our issues come down to user error or user neglect. Don't bother putting in an application. Puts in an application, doesn't click the submit button, and then doesn't go and look at the online, applications published file that is right there, and then doesn't look at the files that are posted once we have finished, which of course at that point it doesn't matter, but a parent does. The parent goes looking for the kid on the list and wants to know why they're not on the list. obviously at that point, there's really nothing we can do. It's not a good feeling for us, but it's, you know, it's the way it is, and you know, there's usually coaches responsible for that, and they not take care of it. So, anybody have anything else? One of the more exciting news, you want to say that in the past, we've actually had discussions. Well, we are, Tim, well, I don't know how long that has been going on, but we're many years into this, and really with the bugs out. Marty, are we going to attempt 12? Yeah, probably. So 2010. Marty, are we going to attempt next year? Okay, so one of the bigger things would be our academic All-American being basically all online, which means no paper, which should make it easier for the applicants, and I think probably easier for mine. So again, we try doing improving things every year.
If anybody's got any
We're
ideas?
12 years in, and we're almost done with stuff. So
How long is the system like that we're putting in all this information? What if we have a contract for that? Is it something somebody you built them?
That's something that Dick has done
So they-
through
they've all
ISD.
built it. I mean, I think from a standpoint, well, very smooth to go through. And,
yeah,
I mean,
and it's, you know, like we started with diving,
right.
and we've been just continually tweaking things, we've swimming on, you know, and really water polo. I think we did academic next, and then water polo was the last thing. Water polo is a totally different deal. We have 6 regions. California region has 2, as a boys and girls directive, and so it's a totally different thing. But you know, we just kind of really mimic what the paper is, and that involves 7 people then as the directors on the back end dealing with things, so it's a little different. It was last year, the first year we did that, COVID, or was it
2 or 3. It's been on for three years, I think now.
so again, it's a work in progress, but we're pretty solid with it.
Next one to go online is PowerPoints, and that'll be the last program. Should be able to just put your information in and upload an SD3 file.
That was good.
Then you can pull it from SwimCloud or High Tech or IST or wherever.
Looks are moving, but I don't know what,
So.
Into
the
an
file
online
you send
system.
out, So you send a meat file over to Steve.
Yeah, talk about.
It's a SD3 file that goes across, whether it's from, we use High Tech for that, but we also, for our club team, we use.
Swimtopia.
No, it's, everybody uses it, I mean, Sports Engine is the parent company, but when you. send
Team
the file
Unify.
over- Team Unify, that's the file that's sent over as an SD3 file, to be able to upload that to your team or meet manager system. It works.
Yeah.
It's great.
So that's we
That's, yeah, so you basically.
With ISP, we would import.
Right,
Mhm,
you-
or
you-
export.
Yep.
Resolve that and those.
Yep. And you
So-
just send out a meet entry file.
So ideally, yes, you would put together a meet entry file with just your kids in their events and their times, and it would pull it into the system and calculate your totals, and you're done. So you put your meat entries in, and some of the systems, like I know IST, I have the ability to create my best lineup and move people around, and it checks all of the entries and everything. So then I would just take that, create an entry file out of that sheet, and then upload it into the system with my team information, that all the stuff that's on the paper sheet. And just like that, it's probably the easiest one for the users to do.
But it's the issue there is it's so heavily weighted on the 50 like your sprint events, or worth so many more points within the PowerPoint system. For
So
that,
what you're saying is
you rate the 200 IM, like the math, like you have a 147 or 157 throw 200 IMer, it favors you for short sprints.
I
You
agree.
get, you know what I'm saying?
and those, I think it says right on it. I know we did we
Revision.
looked at these points,
Yeah,
maybe 2009. And it probably hasn't been looked at since.
I think that might be, I mean, this is the right thing, it might be worth a look again. Because I mean, selfishly on my side, I had a girl somewhere 3 years ago who went 49 and 100. But looking at the calculation, I knew there was a girl in another school that, so for swimming the meet, we use NISCA PowerPoint for that. And know that we put her in 50 as opposed to this girl's 200 IM. And the girl's 200 IM, I think she finished either third or fourth in the country on that. And our girl that won the 50 was maybe 25th or 26th in there, but I utilized the system because I knew that we calculated the PowerPoint. Pull her out of the 100, put her in the 50. So, yeah.
So, yeah.
So something to look at.
I would suggest looking at it again, because if it was 9 or 10, say, that's quite a while ago. And with the way that there were 400 now, maybe we have to break down the point, so it's, by not just 10, but by 100.
Well, I think it's always been by hundreds, but.
But look at the scale to see how it matches.
Well, since we have a new guy, either that or I might have heard a volunteer.
Run fast.
Again, that PowerPoint is technically not an all-American program, but that doesn't mean we can't talk about it here and make that suggestion and make things happen. I deal with PowerPoint as the all-American coordinator. I also deal with Scholar Team, which is technically not an all-American program, but I deal with those on the back end.
Sure.
When it comes in, and I do the same thing I do with the All-American programs, which is make sure it's formatted right and then get it to Allegra and Cedar Rapids, and they give a certificate. So that's kind of my connection there. We do have a PowerPoint chair, but I'm sure that he would, where's our PowerPoint chair?
Oh,
So
my,
that's what
Mike.
I thought, but before I said that, I wanted.
yeah, you're good.
My question was, those follow some formula.
It is a formula.
It's a formula that was developed probably in the 80s. Now, I don't know what the formula is. Well, I really couldn't tell. It's all. Oh, yes. Every so often, I know the last one. There's a 14, that got a lot of questions this year, which is where Okay.
And I know Michael very well. I mean, it's something that I'd be more than happy to go there. It's the thought process, I think how it was weighted is because relays are so important. So that's why I think that on the 50 side of things, that's why it's weighted so heavily. But that's how
I mean, I was not involved in that at all, but it goes back. Actually, it goes back to something that was done in Iowa. I was swimming. They had PowerPoint rankings in Iowa, and then I think it was Bob Clapp, who actually spent some time in Iowa. And, you know, he moves around a lot, but he spent some time there.
Sure.
And he took what they were doing and extrapolated it into
right.
what we know now as PowerPoint. And he, so he started.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I've always thought that girls was rated a little higher than the boys, just from looking at girls and guys that I coached.
Right.
And my perception of where they were.
Right.
And the points they were getting.
Right.
But I don't know how you even.
So, but
That's an isolated exception.
But that's how, like for our swim meet, that's how we, I mean, that is a thing we put a big rubber stamp on for Michigan, is that at the end of all of our division meets, we have 3, and then for each gender, we go into the office and say, pull up the NISCA PowerPoint for this. And I went back to my boys, and there was a young man who did not win. I mean, this is on us. We probably have to find different calculations. He did not win 2 events, but his score was higher than another young man by 5 points. When you take both NISCA PowerPoint total, and it was just like,
Yeah.
the guys are like, this guy is awesome in the 2 and the 5. He's great, won both, walking away with it. But if it's on 50 and 100 back, something, it's just.
Well, I think, and again, that's not under my purview to say anything, but, you know, we have the president-elect
Right.
Here, and the executive board is all here.
Right.
So I think that's something that would not be. That's something that was done.
Yeah.
Yes.
But in my mind, Michael is the right person to look at that and be able to extrapolate, just be like, nah, this is not right. It's not matching up with what is that?
I thought it was based off of some established rules.
To be honest, I don't know.
Well, and if it was, the last time it was updated was 1999. Are you sure? Okay. But still, lots changed, even since 2014.
Also, to look at somebody like, even like Gretchen Walsh, or did she have a perfect 400 with the 2 events that she swam? I don't know. In high school, with the two events, would that be? Has anybody achieved that? I know, I'm just.
And again, I don't.
As a math guy,
Right. Yeah, yeah. I love it. I mean, I think, and that's part of how we weigh the quality of swim. The unfortunate part for some of the distance kids is like, so the girl that went 157 in the 200 IM, our young lady went 22.6, which is a great swim, but I think the 157 is like, it's 3rd or 4th in the country. It was so elite, but where it maxed out. So.
Well, I think that's probably something that.
Right, we
The
gotta
exec board can make the determination and talk.
revisit the times.
Yeah.
Because in swimming, it's got, you look at it today.
And to be honest with you, I think that if it was done in 2014,
Right.
that was probably done some way internally with
Bob.
well, not, I don't think Bob, because I don't know
It
what
was,
Bob is.
it was Paul.
UTEP, who's in UTEP.
Paul.
Yeah.
Paul Turno, and maybe even, maybe the quad helped him with it.
Okay.
I don't think quad.
I don't think so. I didn't know that we were doing anything with it until it showed up in my inbox one day.
So really, that's something that the chair can do on a regular basis, and certainly can do it at the direction of the president.
And maybe put it into a spreadsheet so it's a little easier for us to import into our software.
No, and it's like you don't have the correct ITAC
Right.
file, what point system are you working on?
Yeah.
But it's a very important piece, so I think a lot of teams or state associations,
Yeah,
at least to figure out,
more.
because, and I mean, and we had a conversation of, you know, where does the NISCA PowerPoint fall for us? Does it count, we count swims on Friday, prelim swims? And for us, it's a straight finals one, so if you had a kid went off on Friday, it didn't matter, but like I said, I think the point system, you could take I'd be happy to help take a look at how it's weighted, especially for those kids that swim 500 to 9 to 3. It's have to be moving to take out some of the 100 free or rest or whatever. So.
I think that.
Right, and then you look, I mean, especially, and then I'll specifically, I don't want to cut down my thing, but the breaststroke is just moved to do it level in the next year, so.
Tim's all excited. His math brain is just going already.
So, anybody else, thank you for bringing that up. Anybody else have anything they'd like to talk about? Ross, you got anything? You have fun?
I do not.
We're glad you're here. Thank you. Anything else?
Probably your reason. Okay,
All right.
meeting adjourned.
Move adjourned.
Eve moves.
Move, second. I second it. All in favor? Aye. All right. Meeting is adjourned. Thanks, Russ.